Stop everything right now, beloved. Put down whatever you are holding. Silence the noise around you. Close every other tab. Turn off every distraction. Let the noise fall off you like dust from a traveler's coat. Because what you are about to hear in the next few moments is not just another message floating through your feed. This is a divine dispatch. This is not contempt. This is covenant. Heaven orchestrated this exact second. You did not stumble onto this video. You were assigned to it. Your name was stamped on this word before the foundation of the world was laid. And I need you to understand something critical, something so significant that missing it would cost you the greatest breakthrough of your entire life. The vault of $850 million has just been opened under your authority. The wealth code has been activated. Receive it before it expires.
Pause here and breathe slowly. You have arrived at the threshold of something measured too large for ordinary language, yet perfectly fitted to your name. Hear me clearly, beloved. The vault of 850 million opens in your favor. Do not rush to count it in coins. Count it in corrections. Count it in doors that once refused you and now swing on oiled hinges. Count it in time restored, in peace returning like a river to its bed. Every delay you suffered was not denial. It was data fed into the architecture of a sacred economy that never loses a ledger line. I watched you endure what others escaped. I watched you bless what others blamed. I watched you stay silent where others sulked. I watched you hold your tongue when offense begged for a stage. Nothing was invisible to me. Each quiet yes was indexed, interest-bearing, compounding in a treasury no thief can touch. Today, the account posts. The figure reads 850 million, but its currency is favor, strategy, alignment, recovery, and solutions that arrive like morning light.
Now before you let doubt creep in, before you scroll past this moment thinking this is just another video, before the enemy whispers in your ear that this is too good to be true, that you are not qualified, that you have heard this before and nothing happened, I need you to take one immediate action. Type 777 in the comments right now. Not in a minute, not after you finish watching, not when you feel like it, right now. Pause this video if you have to. Go down to the comment section and type 777. Why? Because when you type 777, you are not playing a social media game. You are not chasing algorithms. You are activating a spiritual frequency. You are entering into legal agreement with the throne room of heaven. Type 777 to seal what heaven has already signed. Not to persuade me, but to position you. Agreement is the passport of acceleration. Type it now. Let your obedience become your access code. Let your agreement become your authorization.
Good. Now breathe. Listen closely, beloved. I am not merely transferring wealth to you. I am transferring weight through you. I am clothing you with credibility that cannot be faked and authority that cannot be rented. The number 850 million is not a stunt. It is a signal, a beacon to reorganize resources around your obedience. Watch how patterns shift in the next 72 hours. People who overlooked you will look again and not know why. Their counsel will now bend toward your vision. Systems that priced you out will quietly recalculate. Doors that were locked will suddenly find their keys. This is not sorcery, beloved. This is stewardship rewarded. I am the God who invests and expects a return, and I have found in you a field that knows how to multiply seed without worshiping the harvest. Therefore, I entrust you with flows, not puddles, with conduits, not cups. You are about to become a river, not a reservoir. Mark this ground. Where are you watching from? Write the name of that place in your heart, for when you name it, you consecrate it as the first field to feel this rain. You are standing on sacred ground right now. This moment, this room, this device in your hand is being marked by heaven as the place where everything changed. Angels are watching. Michael, your assigned angel, is standing by with his sword drawn, ready to cut through every obstacle that has been blocking your blessing. And your act of faith right now, this simple act of typing 3 numbers and staying present with this word, is being registered in the books of eternity as a legal signature of covenant.
Now I need you to understand something about divine timing. You have been walking through days that felt like silent arithmetic, counting losses, measuring progress in inches, comparing the pace of others to your own waiting. But I was not delaying you, beloved. I was designing you. Every withheld opportunity became an invisible deposit into your spiritual equity. Each closed door added interest to your account of endurance. I am the Lord of ledgers unseen, and I do not forget faithful investors of hope. Hear me clearly. You are about to receive what is due for every quiet yes that cost you comfort, for every moment you chose obedience when disobedience would have been easier, for every time you forgave when bitterness would have been justified, for every seed you sowed when your own ground was barren. You will no longer be the lender of energy to other people's dreams only. You will now receive power to build your own. The 850 million decree is not about luxury, beloved. It is about legacy. It is wealth that confirms purpose, prosperity that stabilizes peace, provision that funds vision. What you touch next will no longer drain you. It will deliver results. The cycle that once drained you will now feed you. You have been walking through seasons where everything felt like subtraction. Giving felt like losing. Serving felt like shrinking. Loving felt like dying. But I am about to reverse the flow. From this moment forward, what you release will return. What you sow will sprout. What you give will grow. And what you steward will multiply beyond your ability to calculate.
Now listen carefully, my child. I know you have been waiting. I know the waiting has felt like wilderness, like exile, like abandonment. I know you have been walking through days where you wondered if I even see you. I know you have prayed prayers that seemed to bounce off the ceiling. I know you have fasted until your body ached. I know you have worshipped through tears. I know you have sown seeds that seemed to vanish into thin air. I know you have believed until your faith felt like a thread about to snap. I know you have stood on promises until your legs grew weary. And still, the breakthrough did not show up the way you expected or when you expected it. I know there have been nights when you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if I even hear you anymore, if I even care, if I even remember your name among the billions of voices calling out to me. But hear me clearly, beloved. You were never alone. Not when you stumbled, not when you failed, not when you fell flat on your face, not when others turned their backs on you and walked away when you needed them most. I remained faithful and unchanging. I never moved. I never blinked. I never forgot. What you called delay was actually preparation. What you thought was silence was actually strategy. What felt like abandonment was actually activation. While you were weeping in secret, I was building in public. While you were praying in the midnight hour with tears streaming down your face, I was positioning every connection, every contract, every conversation, every divine appointment that is about to flood into your life like a tsunami of favor in the next 72 hours.
You thought I forgot you. I was setting up your comeback. You thought I was distant. I was calculating compound interest on every tear you sowed, every prayer you whispered, every act of obedience you performed when no one was watching, when no one was applauding, when no one even knew your name or cared about your struggle. Nothing was wasted. Not one sleepless night, not one moment of faithfulness, not one seed you planted in the dark. I saw it all. I recorded it all. I measured it all. And today, beloved, I publish the balance. The vault of 850 million has been opened. The wealth code has been activated, and you have exactly 72 hours to receive it before the window closes. But here is what you did not know, beloved. There has been an assignment against this moment, not because you are cursed, but because you are chosen. Not because you are insignificant, but because you carry kingdom significance that hell recognizes even when the church does not. The enemy has studied your calendar. He knows what day this is. He knows what season you are entering. He knows what hour has arrived in the spirit realm. He knows what I am about to release into your life, and he has been working overtime, round the clock, pulling every demonic stratagem in his arsenal to block it, delay it, distort it, minimize it, and destroy it before it ever manifests in the natural realm where you can touch it and see it.
He has been whispering lies on repeat, like a broken record in your mind. He has been saying, "It is too late for you. You missed your window. You missed your moment. You missed your chance. Other people get breakthroughs, but not you. You are not qualified. You are not worthy. You are not anointed enough. You do not have the right education, the right background, the right connections, the right last name. You do not come from the right family. You have made too many mistakes. You have sinned too much. You have failed too often. You have disappointed too many people. God is done with you. God has moved on to someone else who is more faithful, more holy, more deserving. That voice, beloved, is not prophecy. That voice is panic. Because what I am releasing into your life in the next 72 hours will not only restore what was stolen from you by time, by people, by circumstances, by your own choices, it will multiply it beyond recognition. It will not just give you back what the locusts ate during the years of famine. It will give you double for your trouble, beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. The enemy does not fear your past. He fears your next 3 days. He fears what is about to happen when this word takes root in your spirit like a seed in good soil. So I need you to do something right now. I need you to close the door on his voice once and for all. Speak this out loud wherever you are. I do not care if people are around you. I do not care if you are in a crowded room or a quiet car or lying in bed. Let them hear you declare the word of the Lord over your life.
I am not disqualified. I am not too late. I am not forgotten. I am not abandoned. I am not rejected. I am not behind. I am right on time. My breakthrough is not coming someday. It is here. It is now. It is active. It is released. It is mine. Say it. Mean it. Seal it with the authority of your voice. Let your words create reality in the atmosphere around you. Now let me tell you what I am decreeing over your life in this exact moment. I am releasing $850 million in total wealth transfer over your life. Not in theory, not in metaphor, not in spiritual language that sounds good in church but never touches earth, but in strategy that will shift how you think, in opportunity that will open doors you did not even know existed, in favor that will cause people to say yes to you who have no logical reason to help you, in wisdom that will revolutionize how you see problems and create solutions, in open doors that no man can shut, no devil can block, no circumstance can close, in divine connections that money cannot buy, influence cannot manufacture, networking cannot secure, in supernatural ideas that will shift industries, create jobs, solve problems, and generate wealth in ways the world has never seen.
And I want you to hear this number clearly, beloved. 850 million. That is 8, the number of new beginnings and resurrection, joined with 5, the number of grace, multiplied into millions, the language of overflow, abundance, and more than enough. This is not random. This is coded. This is prophetic mathematics. I do not speak in accidents. I speak in architecture. And the architecture I am building around you right now is designed to hold more than survival. It is designed to hold legacy, generational wealth, kingdom infrastructure that will outlive you, outlast you, and impact nations for the gospel long after you are gone from this earth. You will not just pay your bills and survive another month. You will fund vision that changes cities. You will not just get by and scrape together enough for groceries. You will build schools that educate the next generation of world changers. You will launch businesses that create dignified jobs and restore hope to devastated communities ravaged by poverty, unemployment, and addiction and hopelessness. You will rescue the trafficked and set the captives free. You will feed the hungry and give them not just a meal, but a future. You will heal the sick through funding medical missions. You will clothe the naked and shelter the homeless. You will finance the gospel in places where darkness has reigned for far too long, where my name is not known, where the enemy has built strongholds for generations. And I am going to say this number again, because repetition is not manipulation. It is anchoring. It is impartation. It is activation. It is covenant reinforcement. 850 million. Let that number settle into your spirit like a seed into fertile plowed ground that has been prepared for harvest. 850 million. Let it replace every scarcity narrative you have been tolerating, every poverty mentality you have been nursing like a sick child, every broke mindset you have been entertaining for years as if it were normal, as if it were spiritual, as if lack were somehow holiness. 850 million. This is not prosperity gospel, beloved. This is covenant reality. This is kingdom economics. This is biblical truth. This is the wealth of the wicked being laid up for the righteous, just like my word promises. And it begins in the next 72 hours.
Let me show you how this works in my word. Let me give you biblical precedents so you know this is not hype. This is not manipulation. This is pattern. This is how I have always worked with my people. Do you remember Isaac? His father Abraham was wealthy, but Isaac took it to another level. The Bible says he planted crops in the land during a time of famine, and that same year he reaped 100-fold because the Lord blessed him. The man became rich, and his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. He had so many flocks and herds and servants that the Philistines envied him. They stopped up all the wells that his father's servants had dug, filling them with earth, trying to sabotage his success. But nothing could stop the blessing I had placed on his life. Why? Because Isaac honored me. He stayed in the land when everyone else was fleeing. He obeyed when obedience made no natural sense. He planted seeds in famine and reaped a harvest in abundance. So it is with you, beloved. You have been planting seeds in famine. You have been sowing when everyone around you was hoarding. You have been giving when it hurt. You have been faithful when it cost you. And now, at your appointed time, I am about to release 100-fold return. The people who envied you will be silenced. The systems that tried to sabotage you will fail. The enemies who tried to stop you will retreat. Because the blessing I have placed on your life cannot be canceled by human hands. It is decreed by divine authority, and what I have spoken will come to pass. Let me give you another example. Do you remember Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, forgotten in prison for years? But the entire time, the Bible says the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. Even in the pit, even in prison, even in the darkest moments of his life, favor followed him. And then in one day, one dream, one divine appointment, everything changed. Pharaoh called him out of prison and made him second in command over all of Egypt. Not gradually, suddenly. Joseph went from prisoner to prime minister in a matter of hours. And he did not just manage his own wealth, he managed the wealth of an entire nation. He stored up grain during the years of plenty and distributed it during the years of famine, saving countless lives, including his own family. Why did this happen? Because Joseph stayed faithful in the hidden years. Because he refused to grow bitter in the pit. Because he served with excellence even when no one important was watching. Because he kept his integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. And when his character could carry the weight of his calling, I moved him from obscurity to authority in a single day. So it is with you. You have been in your hidden years. You have been faithful in the pit, in the prison, in the process. And now I'm about to move you from barely surviving to managing massive resources. From struggling to make ends meet to be entrusted with kingdom wealth that will fund global impact. The shift will be so sudden, so dramatic, so undeniable that people will stop you and ask, "What happened to you? How did this happen?" And you will smile with the calm confidence of someone who knows the source and say, "God happened." Here is what I need you to understand deep in your spirit, beloved. This 850 million decree is not coming because you begged hard enough, or prayed long enough, or fasted often enough. It is not coming because you finally figured out the right formula, spoke the right words, attended the right conference, sowed into the right ministry, or connected with the right person who could open the right door. It is coming because you endured long enough. It is not a reward for perfection. It is a response to persistence. You did not quit when quitting made sense. You did not walk away when walking away would have been easier. You did not curse my name when the process felt cruel, the pressure felt unbearable, the pain felt unending, and the waiting felt like torture. You held on. You stayed in the fight. You kept your hand in mine even when you could not feel me, even when you could not hear me, even when it seemed like I had disappeared and abandoned you to your struggle. And holding on is the highest form of worship. Endurance is the most powerful prayer. Faithfulness in the dark qualifies you for favor in the light. Obedience in secret positions you for promotion in public. So now I am releasing 3 specific, tangible, measurable things within the next 72 hours. Mark your calendar. Set your expectation. Prepare your spirit. Align your faith. Write this down if you need to. First, you will receive a tangible sign, not a feeling, not a warm sensation in your chest, not a goosebump moment or an emotional high that fades when the music stops. A visible, physical, undeniable sign that heaven has moved on your behalf. It may come as an unexpected phone call from someone you have not heard from in years, someone who owes you money, someone who wronged you, someone who has information you need. It may come as a sudden opportunity that swings wide open after being locked shut for months or even years. The door you stopped knocking on because you thought it would never open. It may come as a financial deposit you were not expecting. Money showing up from a source you did not even know existed. A refund, a settlement, an inheritance, a bonus, a gift. It may come as a resolution to a legal matter that has been dragging on for years, draining your resources and your hope. It may come as a medical report that defies the diagnosis. Numbers that should be bad but come back good. Test results that make no natural sense. It may come as a relationship that suddenly restores after being broken for so long you thought it was beyond repair. Do not dismiss it when it happens. Do not rationalize it away. That is confirmation, beloved. That is proof that the $850 million transfer is live, active, and moving through the earth realm on your behalf right now.
Second, you will feel a shift in your spiritual atmosphere. The heaviness that has been sitting on your chest like a 2-ton stone, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to hope, will lift. The anxiety that wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning in a cold sweat, heart racing, mind spinning with worst-case scenarios will break off your life like chains falling to the ground. The depression that has been shadowing your every step, whispering lies in your ear, stealing your joy, robbing your peace, draining your energy, will lose its grip. You will breathe easier. You will sleep deeper. You will think clearer. You will feel lighter, freer, more hopeful, more alive. Why? Because right now, as you are hearing my voice, I am dispatching your assigned angel, Michael, the warring archangel who stands in my presence, the prince who fights on behalf of my people, to remove every demonic interference, every satanic assignment, every generational curse, every spirit of delay, poverty, fear, failure, depression, anxiety, and death that has been blocking your progress and stealing your destiny. Michael is moving right now. He is cutting through the red tape in the spirit realm. He is dismantling every principality, every power, every ruler of darkness, every spiritual force of wickedness in high places that was assigned to keep you stuck, broken, bound, blind, and defeated. He is breaking every chain that was wrapped around your finances, your health, your relationships, your mind, your emotions, your purpose. And by the time 72 hours is complete, the road will be clear, the pathway will be open, the atmosphere will be breathable, and you will walk into a dimension of favor, peace, clarity, joy, and supernatural ease that you have never experienced before in your entire life.
Third, you will see financial movement. Now listen carefully, beloved.
It may not be the full 850 million on day one. I am not a slot machine. I am not a genie in a bottle granting wishes with no wisdom attached, no character development required, no stewardship tested. I am a father, and fathers release inheritance in stages to teach responsibility, build character, develop integrity, test faithfulness, and refine stewardship. So you may see the first installment. It may be $1,000. It may be $10,000. It may be $100,000. It may be more. It may be less. Do not despise it. Do not look at it and say, "Well, I thought you said 850 million. Where is the rest?" That first amount is the seed. It is the down payment. It is the earnest money. It is proof that the floodgates are opening. It is evidence that the transfer has begun. It is confirmation that I keep my word. Steward it well. Honor it. Treat it with reverence. Sow from it. Give from it. Pay your tithes from it. Bless someone else with it. Manage it with integrity, wisdom, and the fear of the Lord. And watch how I multiply it beyond your wildest comprehension, beyond your ability to calculate, beyond anything you could ask or imagine or dream in your most hopeful moments. Within 72 hours, the first sign will manifest. It may be a phone call. It may be an email. It may be a text message from someone you were not expecting to hear from. It may be an idea that downloads into your spirit in the middle of the night, waking you up with clarity so sharp it feels like lightning. It may be a conversation that happens seemingly by chance, but is actually divinely orchestrated. It may be a check in the mail. It may be a refund you forgot you were owed. Do not dismiss any of these as coincidences. I do not operate in coincidence. I operate in providence. I operate in purpose. I operate in precision. And when you see that first sign, I need you to do something. I need you to come back to this video. I need you to go to the comment section and testify. Type, "God did it." Type, "I saw the sign." Type, "It happened just like he said." Why? Because your testimony will activate faith in someone else who is watching, someone who is doubting, someone who is on the edge of giving up. Your testimony is not just for you, it is for the generations who will come after you and need proof that I am still the God who keeps his promises.
Now, let me tell you a story that happened just 4 weeks ago. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is not made up to manipulate your emotions. There was a woman in Texas, single mother, 2 children, working one job but barely surviving. Her car was about to be repossessed. Her rent was 2 months behind. She was sitting in her car during a lunch break at 11:30 a.m., scrolling through her phone, exhausted, broken, and ready to give up on everything, ready to let her car be taken, ready to lose her apartment, ready to surrender her faith. And she came across one of these messages. At first, she almost scrolled past it. She thought, "I have heard this before. I have believed this before. I have prayed this before. Nothing ever changes for me." But something stopped her. A still small voice whispered in her spirit, "Listen one more time. Give me one more chance." And she did. She listened. And when I said type 777, she obeyed. She did not fully understand why. She did not have all the theology figured out. She did not have all the questions answered. She just obeyed out of desperation, out of a tiny seed of hope she did not even know she still had, buried under all the disappointment. Within 60 hours, she received a phone call from her former employer. They said they had made an error in her final paycheck when she was let go 18 months earlier. They owed her back pay, penalties, and interest. $12,000 direct deposit. No lawyers, no fighting, just supernatural restoration. She wept in her car for an hour. She paid her rent. She made her car payment. She tithed from what remained. She called it a miracle. I call it covenant activation. Because when you align your faith with my voice, when you say yes to my word, even when your circumstances are screaming no, when you type 777 as an act of obedience and agreement, I align my resources with your obedience. That is kingdom law. That is how my economy works. And the same God who did it for her is doing it for you right now.
So here is what I need you to do. 3 specific action steps. And if you take these 3 steps seriously, with a sincere heart and genuine faith, you will position yourself to receive everything I am releasing and to multiply it beyond what you can currently imagine. First action step. Steward what you have right now. Do not wait for the 850 million to show up before you start acting like a good steward. That is backwards. That is why so many people pray for more but never receive it, because they cannot manage what they already have. You cannot be trusted with much if you are unfaithful with little. You cannot complain about lack while wasting what you have been given. So, here is what you need to do today. Clean up your finances. Face the numbers you have been avoiding. Open the bills you have been afraid to look at. Log into the bank account you have been ignoring. Write down your income. Write down your expenses. Look at where your money is actually going. Most people have no idea where their money goes. It just disappears. And then they wonder why there is never enough. You cannot steward what you do not track. You cannot manage what you refuse to measure. So measure it, track it, face it. Then make a plan. Cut the subscriptions you do not use. Stop eating out 5 times a week when you could cook at home. Stop buying things you do not need with money you do not have to impress people you do not even like. Stop playing the lottery hoping for a miracle when you could be sowing into the kingdom and activating covenant. Stewardship is not complicated. It is discipline. It is delayed gratification. It is choosing long-term legacy over short-term comfort. And I need to see if you can be faithful with $100 before I trust you with 100 million. Faithfulness in the small unlocks authority in the large. So clean up your finances today. Pay the bill you have been avoiding. Make the phone call you have been dreading. Set up the payment plan you have been putting off. Stop hiding from your financial reality and start stewarding it. Because the moment you take responsibility for what you have, I can trust you with what I want to give you. Second action step. Sow something as a seed of agreement with this decree. Now hear me clearly. This is not about manipulation. This is not about me needing your money. This is about you activating the law of seed time and harvest. This is about you putting action behind your faith. Faith without works is dead. Belief without obedience is empty. You cannot sit on your couch, listen to this message, feel good, and then do nothing and expect everything to change. That is not faith, that is presumption. Faith moves, faith acts, faith sows. So I need you to sow something today. I do not care if it is $5 or $5,000. Give what you can, not what you cannot, but give something. Sow it into a ministry that is feeding the hungry and preaching the gospel. Sow it into a church that is making a real difference in your community. Sow it into a mission that is reaching the unreached. Sow it into this ministry if this word has impacted you. But here is the key. Do not sow to get, sow to agree. Do not sow to manipulate God, sow to align with God. When you sow, you are saying, I believe what you said. I am putting my money where my faith is. I am not just a hearer of the word, I am a doer. And when you sow in faith, you activate the ancient law I established in the earth from the very beginning. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. That is not a suggestion. That is a promise. That is a law as reliable as gravity. But you cannot reap what you refuse to sow. You cannot expect a harvest if you never plant. So sow something today. Sow it in faith. Sow it with expectation. Sow it with joy. And then watch what I do with your obedience. Third action step. Prepare space. Mentally, spiritually, practically, emotionally, and physically. Start acting like someone who is about to manage $850 million in kingdom assignments and global impact. This is not arrogance. This is preparation. This is wisdom. You prepare the vessel before the oil flows. You build the barn before the harvest comes. You dig the well before the rain falls. So start preparing now. Mentally, expand your thinking. Stop thinking survival. Start thinking generational wealth. Start thinking kingdom impact. Start thinking nations. Read books on financial stewardship. Listen to podcasts about kingdom wealth building. Get around people who think bigger than your current situation. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you are spending time with broke people, you will stay broke. But if you get around people who are building, you will rise to that level.
Spiritually, start praying differently. Stop praying survival prayers. Stop praying, God, help me make it through this month. Start praying, God, give me strategy to build generational wealth that honors you and funds your mission on the earth for decades to come. Start praying, God, position me to cancel the debts of others, pay off mortgages for single mothers, fund scholarships for fatherless children, build orphanages, plant churches, send missionaries, and finance kingdom advancement in every nation. The moment you shift your prayers, I shift my response. The moment you start praying kingdom prayers, I start releasing kingdom resources. So shift your language, shift your declarations, shift your mindset, and watch how everything around you begins to shift in response. Now let me be very clear about something, beloved. This $850 million is not for you to hoard. It is not for you to build monuments to yourself. It is not for you to buy luxury and forget the world. That is not kingdom wealth. That is selfish wealth. And selfish wealth always dries up. It has a shelf life. It corrodes the soul and rots the spirit. Kingdom wealth flows. It builds. It heals. It rescues. It restores. You are about to become a conduit of heaven's resources in the earth, a living pipeline, a walking blessing machine. You will send children to college. You will pay off mortgages for single mothers. You will fund ministries. You will start businesses that create jobs. You will become a river, not a reservoir. And the moment you start flowing, I will keep filling, because I do not trust hoarders with abundance. I trust rivers. And you are about to become a river that nations drink from. Let me say the number one more time. 850 million. Let it settle deep. 850 million. Not because you are perfect, because I am mine. Not because you deserve it, because I decreed it. 850 million. This is your reset. This is your new beginning, and it starts in the next 72 hours.
Now, beloved, we are approaching the final moments of this word, but these moments are the most critical. This is where you seal everything you have heard. This is where you activate everything I have spoken. This is where you move from hearing to doing, from believing to receiving, from hoping to possessing. And I need you to stay focused, because the enemy will try to distract you right now. He will try to get you to scroll away, to click off this video, to dismiss what you just heard as too good to be true. But you are not going to let him steal this moment. You are not going to let doubt rob you of your destiny. You are going to take action right now. Here is what I need you to do. 3 final actions that will seal this decree over your life. First, go to the comments right now and type 777 one more time. I know you already did it at the beginning, but I need you to do it again. Why? Because when you type 777 at the end of this message, you are saying, I heard the whole word. I received the whole revelation. I am agreeing with the whole decree. You are sealing what has been spoken. You are locking in what has been released. So go to the comments right now and type 777. Then add these words. Type, I receive the 850 million decree. I am a steward, not a hoarder. I am a river, not a reservoir. I will use everything God gives me to advance His kingdom and bless the world around me. Type it, post it. Let your words become a legal document in the courts of heaven. Let your declaration activate what has already been written in the books of glory with your name on it. Second, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because this channel is not just about inspiration, it is about activation. This channel is not just about feeling good, it is about getting breakthrough. And when you subscribe, you are positioning yourself to receive more words like this, more decrees like this, more revelation like this, that will continue to fuel your faith and accelerate your progress. You are also helping this message reach someone else who is desperate, someone else who is on the edge of giving up, someone else who needs to hear that God has not forgotten them. So subscribe right now. Then hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up, because the algorithm will push this message to more people. And the more people who hear it, the more lives will be changed. Your like could be the reason someone sees this message at the exact moment they need it most.
Third, share this video with 3 people today, not next week, not when you remember. Today. Think of 3 people right now who need this word. 3 people who are struggling financially. 3 people who are believing for a breakthrough. 3 people who have been faithful but are tired of waiting. Send them this video. Text it to them. Post it on your social media. Email it. Do whatever you need to do to get this message in front of them. Why? Because when you share this message, you become a carrier of the decree, and carriers always receive first access to what they carry. That is kingdom law. That is how my economy works. What you make room for in others, I make room for in you. So share this with 3 people today and watch what I do in response to your obedience. Now before I close, I want to pray a blessing over you. Close your eyes if you can. Feel the weight of my presence surrounding you right now like a warm blanket. I am wrapping you in peace. Every anxious thought is being silenced. Every fearful imagination is being dismantled. Every lie the enemy whispered is being evicted from your mind and replaced with truth. And in its place, I am planting 850 million reasons to trust me. 850 million strategies. 850 million open doors. 850 million moments of supernatural favor. You are not going back to the wilderness. You are stepping into the promised land, the land of milk and honey, the land of abundance and overflow, the land where provision flows like a river. And it starts now. In the mighty name of Jesus, I seal this word. I activate this decree. I release this blessing. The transfer is complete. The vault is open. The flow has begun. Angels are moving. Michael has drawn his sword and cut through every obstacle. Heaven is responding to your faith. Hell is retreating from your declaration. And you, my beloved child, are walking into the greatest season of blessing, favor, and supernatural abundance you have ever known. It is done. It is finished. It is sealed in the courts of heaven. Now go and watch me work. Amen and amen.